Hello, friends. So today we are going to do a review of topic 5. Some of these slides I'm going to ask you to pause and then practice them on your own. Others I'm going to walk you through. So officially we have gone through topic 5, lessons 1 through 5 of topic 5, and now we're just going to do some practice reviews. So like I said, follow along. Occasionally I will say pause and try this on your own, and then you'll just pick up at your own pace. So lesson 5.1 was about 2's and 5's as factors. So we learned how to skip count by 2's and 5's way back, and I want to say kindergarten or first grade. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, and so on. With 5's, we go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, and again, so on. But when we are multiplying, we only want to skip count to a certain point. So what I like to do is either draw an array or hold up the amount of fingers I'm going to skip count by and then stop when I do all of them. So my array here has 2 rows of 6. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 2 times 6 is 12, and our array represents this. Next, we have 5 by 5. We have 5 rows of stars and 5 columns of stars. So I will skip count by 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. When you are skip counting, you are going by patterns. So skip count with me: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, and 24. Now let's try by 5's. The first number will be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. When you are skip counting, you are using multiples, the product of a number and other whole numbers. When you are using multiples of 2, it goes 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and so on. Every time you skip count by 2's, you have an even number that either ends in 2, 4, 6, or 8, or 0. Those are all even endings. When you multiply by 5's, you will either end with 5 or 0. 5, 10. 10 has a 0. 15 ends with a 5. 20 ends with a 0. So it's a back and forth pattern of 0, 5, 0, 5 in the ones place, that is. Now there are 5 bikes on a bike rack. How many bike wheels are there in all? Write a number sentence and solve. So if we have one bike, it has 2 wheels, so we would be skip counting by 2's and go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Our number sentence would be 5 times 2. Every bike has 2 tires. When you go back and count them, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So again, you can go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Marcia made 5 cakes. She puts 3 candles on each cake. How many candles did Marcia use in all? Write a number sentence. So we have our cute little cakes down here. They each have 3 candles on top. So I can skip count by 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. A number sentence we could have written was 5 times 3. And in that case, you could then skip count by 5's and go 5, 10, 15 to get your answer. Now, lesson 5.2 And I know this is pretty quick because remember, this is just a review day. You have other practice things to do, which will help you at the end of this. So, lesson 5.2 was about nines. So just to do a little warm up, make an array of 2 times 7. When you do 2 times 7, you have 2 rows. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns. Your number sentence would be 2 times 7, and your answer would be 14. You can count your circles or skip count by 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 to get your answer. Now, let's think for a second. What kind of food comes in packages? Suppose you buy 9 packs of hot dog buns. How would you quickly find the total number of buns you've purchased? Well, this is when you can multiply. When we're talking about packages of food, we can think of eggs. Eggs come in packages of 12. Fruit snacks normally have a certain amount. Hot dogs and burger buns come in packages of 8. Generally speaking, you have 4 buns on top, 4 buns on the bottom. Each one has 8. So if you had 9 packages of hot dog buns, you would then just skip count by 9s or multiply to get your answer. Our first list of multiples of 9. When you notice a pattern in the tens and ones digits, what is the pattern? Remember, this is where we've discussed that it goes 0, 9, 1, 8 for 18, 2, 7 for 27. So the ones places goes down and the tens places goes up when we're skip counting by 9s. So Maria bought 4 packages of water bottles. There are 9 water bottles in each pack. How many water bottles does she have in all? Here is an array that you could use to solve this problem. One way is you can count by 4s, 4, 8, and so on, or you can count the squares if you do not have them memorized and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Go back to the basics. If you have a hard time memorizing your multiplication, draw an array to help you solve. And your number sentence would be 9 times 4 equals 36. So here we have Eddie. Eddie buys 3 bags of apples. Each bag has 9 apples. How many apples did Eddie buy in all? Take a second and pause to solve this problem. All right, here we have an array that goes along with our story problem. Here we have 9 apples in each row, and there are 9 apples in each row, and we have 3 rows. So our number sentence is 9 times 3, and our answer would be 27 apples. You can skip count and go 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, and 27. Or you could count your apples outright. Now, lesson 5.3 was multiples of 0 and 1. Oh my gosh, this is one of those easy lessons. But before we go and practice that, we have a warm-up problem with these cute little snowmen. Sean makes 3 snowmans. Each snowman has 2 rocks for his eyes and 5 rocks for his mouth. How many rocks did Sean use in all? Well, I want you to notice that I wrote the problem 7 times 3 equals 21. Now, you might question why. Well, if the snowman has 2 rocks for its eyes, 1, 2, and 5 rocks for his mouth, each snowman has, let's count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rocks on its face. So instead of having to do how many eyes in total and then how many mouth rocks, if you combine, you can do 7 rocks per snowman times 3. So this snowman needs 7. This snowman needs 7, as well as this snowman needing 7. So 7 plus 7 plus 7 equals 21. Used repeated addition to solve this problem right here. So now let's look at the zero property. When you multiply any number in the whole entire world by 0, your product will always be 0. You have 3 friends. You give them each 0 cupcakes. How many cupcakes did you give away? 0. If you have 7 times 0, you have 0. 22 times 0, 0. Again, imaginary cupcakes. If you have 12 friends and 0 cupcakes, everyone gets 0. If you have 1,230 friends and you have 0 cupcakes, everyone will get 0 cupcakes. Silly, but funny. So, Tossin made 2 cups of hot chocolate. He put 0 marshmallows in each cup. How many marshmallows are there in all? Draw a picture. Well, these are my lovely pictures of hot chocolate, and guess what? Each cup has 0 marshmallows. So, how many marshmallows in all? None. They are plain cups of hot cocoa. Now, the identity property of multiplication states that when you multiply any number by 1, the product will be that number. So 1 times anything, the number that you multiply by is what it will be. So 1 times 10 equals 10. 4 times 1 equals 4. 9 times 1 equals 9. If you have 9 friends and you give them each 1 cupcake, everyone, you had 9 cupcakes to start with. If you have 14 friends and you give each friend 1 cupcake, you have 14 cupcakes to pass out. If you have 28 friends and you give each of them 1 ice cream cone, you had to buy 28 ice cream cones. If you had 376 friends and you gave each one an apple, you would have to buy 376 apples. And if you had 54,902 friends, it's a lot of friends, and you gave each one of them 1 marshmallow, you would have to buy 54,902 marshmallows. 1 times anything, the product will be the number that you're multiplying by. So, Aiden has 8 friends. He gives each friend 1 paper snowflake. How many snowflakes does he give to his friends altogether? Draw a picture to solve. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 paper snowflakes because each of his friends got 1 paper snowflake. Now, patterns for facts. Farmer Joe's tomato plants grow 3 inches daily. Complete the chart for their daily growth. So on Monday, his plant was 12 inches. On Tuesday, his plant was 15 inches. On Wednesday, his plant was 18 inches. So pause for a minute to see what you think his plants will be on Thursday and Friday. All right, so if you paused, you should say that 18 plus 3, 18, 19, 20, 21, on Thursday, his plant would be 21 inches. And then if you add 3 more to that, 21, 22, 23, 24, on Friday, his plant would be 24 inches. You are skip counting by 3s, starting at the number 12. So, you can take all this information and practice, practice, practice. Do your practice pages, do your exit ticket, and go over anything you need to before tomorrow's math test. All right, friends, get started.